Hi there, my name is Trish Morris. I'm one of the group facilitators at Pt2 South. And this is part 2 of web interviews. And this part of the top tips is going to focus on the actual day of the web interview itself. So I've got 7 points that I would like to get across to you. And the first one is test all the equipment prior to interview. And it sounds like something that is common sense, but do a wee run through at least maybe an hour before your interview time, and that way if there's any issues that have changed from when you were doing your preparatory work a couple of days prior to this, if anything has changed, then at least you've got a chance to fix it before the actual interview starts. Keep the camera stationary. So if you decide to use a tablet or a smartphone, I'm smiling because I've done this so many times myself. If I've been on video calls with people and I've been holding my phone in my hand, it doesn't matter how steady a hand you have got or you think that you've got, there will always be an element of shake. There'll always be an element of camera shake. So don't hold it in your hand. Put it on a surface that will be able to support it. I've got my video camera on a little ledge and that supports it without actually moving. But if I actually take this off and just move it around just now, I'm thinking I've got a steady hand, and you can see that this is actually, there's quite a bit of camera shake on this. So I'll try and put that back to exactly the way it was before. So try and put it on somewhere safe and that it won't fall off partway through the interview. Dress professionally. I know, again, that might sound a wee bit daft, but remember, it doesn't have to be anything too flashy. You don't have to be suited and booted from top to toe, but as long as you've got appropriate interview clothing, so a nice top, a collar, a shirt and tie is fine, or a polo shirt or something like that. Actually, dressing professionally at an interview is a proven fact that it does help you improve your posture, improve the way you come across at interviews. Because you're wearing a little bit more formal clothing than you normally would, then you do come across in a lot more of a formal way, which is exactly how you should be at an interview. If you're unsure, have a look at yourself in the monitor and see how you come across. Turn off any apps that you might have running in the background that might interrupt during the interview process. So if you've got WhatsApp on or any other social medias where you get a wee pop-up when anything comes through, then make sure that you've muted your phone if it's your phone that you're using, because they can be a bit of a distraction, not only to the person interviewing you, but also to you as well. Look directly into the camera. Now, you might be tempted to look at the monitor or yourself, but focus on the actual camera lens, because that is what they will see at the other end of the camera. I know it's a very unnatural environment, but have a conversation. So speak in a conversational voice, just as you would in an actual interview situation itself. And that's why it's always good to practice these things, because if you've never done it before and then you on the day is your first opportunity to do it, it can seem very uncomfortable. But believe me, if you practice it, it does get an awful lot easier. Now, have notes round about you if you need them. So unlike an interview situation in a face-to-face environment, you can have some notes in front of you that are not visible around the camera. So it could be things like your CV, or maybe a list of questions that you want to ask, or also the answers to the questions that you think might come up in the interview. Try not to overuse them, because it can be quite off-putting to the interviewer if you're scrambling about and rustling bits of paper and trying to find things. So have them in a nice order on the table, so that if you do need to access them, you can do it easily. And keep the paperwork relevant. Just only have the things that you actually need. So CVs, responses to questions, and questions that you want to ask. And one of the things that's important with telephone and video interviews is that you should take a wee second before you respond. As soon as the interviewer starts to ask questions, then if you've got an idea of how you want to answer it, it's very tempting just to jump in. But let them finish, because sometimes there might be a little bit of a delay in the connection. So that means if you start talking before the interviewer's finished asking the question, you actually might miss exactly what it is that they're asking at the end of it. So I would like to wish you the very, very best of luck with this. Modern technology seems to be the way forward now, and it's allowing companies to reduce things like their carbon footprint as well. So it is something that it's definitely worth practicing, and it's definitely worth getting your head round. I wish you the very best of luck, and remember, if you need any assistance at all, please get in touch with your key worker at Roots to Work South. Bye for now.